What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, the Infected Superman. And so here we have Infected Superman posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through his accessories really fast. Infected Superman does come with 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of fist hands. We get a pair of style pose hands. We also get the legs of the Merciless Build-A-Figure, which we'll have a better look at when he's all put together. And finally, we get the standard McFarlane display base. A little surprised he doesn't come with the McFarlane flight stand, but that's neither here nor there. I really do like the way he came out. I think this is a really nice figure. And just to show you how nice he is, let's actually look at his details. So taking a look at the Infected Superman here, and he just looks really nice. He does look like he's infected by Joker toxin, and I really do like the smile on him. This looks like a really evil looking Superman, and of course his mind is twisted by Joker toxin. Really love the detailing on his teeth. You can see they are starting to have some discoloration in them. We have his really nice grin here where he's smiling ear to ear with that red Joker lips going on, and it looks really nice. And then we have the whited out eyes, which looks really nice, and we have some like cracks going along his skin, like it's pulling his face into a smile. Really well done job by McFarlane here. This is a really nice head sculpt. It's not a Superman head sculpt, it is an infected Superman head sculpt, which I really do like, that it's not just their original Superman head repainted. This looks really nice, and I love the discoloration from the front going into the flesh tone. You can actually tell like something is wrong with this Superman, besides just looking at him. So really good job there. I'm not a fan of the discoloration from his head to his neck. I think they should continue this color that they have on his face down to his neck. I think the hands are fine, the color they are. But yeah, that transition from this flesh tone should have gone into the neck. Looking at it straight on, it's a really nice match that does a really good job. But looking at it from the side, you can still see some flesh tone, and it would have looked nicer if it matched right there. But overall, the head sculpt is done beautifully. Having a look at the torso here now, I was a little concerned that McFarlane would just reuse their Superman torso, which I am happy to say that they did not, because this is the Infected Superman torso. Here is their standard Superman torso. This is a much wider torso than this original Superman, and you can see the S is much bigger on the Action Comics 1000 Superman, versus this one having a smaller S, and then this one has our dark red S. The S here reminds me of the Superman Returns S, how it's a darker color. Really wasn't a fan of that suit, but I do like the way it looks here because he's infected. I don't understand that in comics when somebody's skin gets infected. Somehow their costume also becomes discolored. I get it's for the sake of the comic, but it's weird, honestly. It is very weird. We'll have a look at his cape last, but looking at his arms, they do carry over that same motif of the Action Comics 1000, with the exception that the cuff doesn't come onto the hand, and you can see it's double jointed, unlike the original Superman figure, which only had single joints. You could really use this and customize it to be a really good Superman figure, because the proportions on him look great. Really do like the hands. I do have his style pose hands on him right now, and they are just very creepy looking. I think these are going to be my preferred method to have them displayed with. Just like with your traditional Superman, he does have the red trunks, although they are like this really dark, almost burgundy color, and they do go all the way around with the looplets colored in, so that is really nice. And we do actually have some panel lining here on this Superman outfit, which is something I do like. I don't know what it is about panel lining. I really wasn't a fan of it when it first started, and now I really do enjoy it. I think there's something about the lines that break it up, which I think works really nicely. But yeah, having a look at his boots here, you can see he has the traditional M pattern on the Superman boots. And I'm really glad they gave Superman his boots back, because having just the blue going all the way down, that looked wrong. It looked like he was in pajamas. But yeah, going down to his feet, those are also done really nicely. They're kind of small. I don't know why they keep giving Superman such small feet, and I do apologize if you hear the train in the background. It's just blowing its horn. Finally, let's have a look at this cape. This is a very well done cape by McFarlane. It is really nice and soft. It's pliable. It gets out of the way. And it has this really nice texturing on it. It almost looks like real fabric if the camera will focus on it. Which is having a hard time focusing because the camera thinks this is fabric, but it's not. It's just plastic. Well, it's like a rubbery plastic. Even the inside is textured, and like I said, my camera's having a hard time focusing on it just because of how much it looks like the backdrop I have. So McFarlane has done a fantastic job with that, and this Superman looks really, really nice. So with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the McFarlane Multiverse Infected Superman posed next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops and a DC Multiverse Superman. Here we have the Infected Superman posed next to a WWE Elite Scale figure and a Mezco 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. Here we have Infected Superman posed next to a Lightning Collection White Ranger and a Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally, here we have the Infected Superman posed next to the McFarlane Action Comics 1000 Superman. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's actually move on to his articulation. Now, Infected Superman does have quite a bit of articulation starting at his head. He does have a double ball joint in the neck, so he can look up really nicely. He can't really look all the way down. I think I popped his head off. Yep, I popped his head off. But yeah, you can see he has a double ball joint here in the head. So we have a big ball joint going into the head right there, and then we have a smaller ball joint going into the... Well, the big ball joint goes into the torso, the smaller ball joint goes into the neck. So yeah, pushing it too far will pop that head out, but it's a simple fix. You just pop the head back in, no problem. So I do like the fact that if you push the joint too far, it pops out rather than breaking. That's a really good thing. His arms are on ball joints as well. They do pivot forward and backwards. Don't give us too much butterfly joint movement, but they do go up and down really nicely. They do go all the way around, no problem. Out to the side. Smooth as butter. I had no problems doing that. Now, he does have a bicep joint right here, which works really nicely. I do like that. He has a double jointed elbow going more than 90 degrees, so that is a really good joint there. We have a ball hinge here at the wrist, so his hands do go up and down. Then we can rotate that joint to have in and out movement, and of course it rotates on that peg. I believe he just has a single ball joint up here in the torso because it does lean back side to side, does rotate, leans back about that far. So we don't get too much forward movement there, but we get some pretty decent rotation. We do have another ball joint down here, but it doesn't seem to give us too much added range. It gives us more range moving forward, but it's not a lot, so do be aware that his crunch might be a little hindered. You can modify that, but just out of the package, that's as far as it goes. Side to side, tilts really nicely. I do like that. Does he have swivel here? Yes, he does swivel here at the waist as well. It's a little bit stiff, but you can get it to work. His legs do go out to the side. Doesn't do a full split, but we get a little better than 45 degrees. Legs do kick forward to about there. No problem. They kick back really nicely. We do have somewhat of a thigh swivel. McFarlane is starting to add thigh swivels into the figures. I just wish they would apply them a little more effective. But they do have a thigh swivel, so it is somewhat functional, and you can really see the thigh swivel work when moving the leg like that. So they do have a thigh swivel. It just functions differently. He does have double bend at the knee. Works really nicely. Going forward, no problem. Going back, better than it goes forward. We do have rotation at that ball joint. Then we have a forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. And we can also rotate this joint to give him a really good rocker ankle. And then, of course, we do have a very generous toe hinge. Look how far back that bends. That's insane. So anyway, that is the Infected Superman for you guys. So what we're going to do now is get him posed for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Infected Superman pose for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. He does have some issues when it comes to posing, especially in the abs. I think that's one point of articulation that McFarlane really needs to work on, because with a ball joint you can get a lot of good range of motion in those abdomen, but unfortunately McFarlane just hasn't found that butter spot that we need for the best range of articulation. Other than that, I still think this Superman is excellent. The paint apps on him work for what he is. I think the face is really well sculpted, and it looks like Superman is ready to go off his rocker at any moment. I think the style pose hands are my preferred method, but I do appreciate the fact we get a Superman with fists. That's one thing I think McFarlane really has to start giving us with these figures, is alternate sets of hands. Now this Superman here is going to run you about $24.99, so with tax you are looking to spend at least $27, $28 for him. In my honest opinion, I think this Superman is well worth the price of admission. The articulation that you get with him is much better than the past McFarlane Superman figure that we got, and the detailing on him looks really nice. I think McFarlane went above and beyond the sculpt work in his cape. That cape, again, looks like fabric despite the fact it's made of a soft rubber. Now, one issue I do think people have with him is the articulation in the legs, which I will grant McFarlane does need to work on thigh swivel, but it is there. You just kind of have to fiddle with it a little bit. Other than that, Superman here is a really great piece to own in your collection, especially if you're trying to finish the Merciless Build-A-Figure, because he does come with the legs of Merciless, so you kind of need the infected Superman to finish off your Merciless. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other McFarlane DC Multiverse videos, and all my other DC reviews. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you'd like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.